Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for The Flash. So let's start talking about the Girls' Night Out episode. So last week, sorry I did not do an episode on Elongated Man, but my thoughts on Elongated Man will kind of be in this episode anyways. So with this episode, we get to see the girls are definitely more in the forefront as Iris has her bachelorette party, and she invites Caitlin, Cecile, and Felicity joins the crew for this episode, and we get to see, finally, the Killer Frost storyline go somewhere, where Caitlin, once again, has to balance between, am I Killer Frost or am I Caitlin? And her dealing with it a little bit more head-on here. Still, I don't think they totally went over the hurdle of Caitlin completely being good, which I don't love because I feel like they're going to have to revisit this again, and they've revisited this many times already. Kind of just want to go in the direction of, okay, she's an anti-hero, she'll always be fighting it, but mostly she's a hero. So I would like that to be where we're at with Caitlin. I think after this episode it's totally possible, but depending on how they deal with it as episodes go on, and if she's on the field, really, will she actually use her powers and not be scared of it? I think that would be the big key of actually going over this hurdle of Killer Frost. And also, the friendship between Caitlin and Iris are looked at a bit more in this episode, which was nice to show that they haven't had much screen time with each other and actually say something about it. But Iris does want to change that, makes Caitlin her maid of honor, which makes sense because who else would really fill that role from the cast of characters we have. So I liked how they got there, and it was just nice to see them be the ones fighting the main villain and Killer Frost kind of getting her own arch nemesis in this episode. Then you have the side story of Joe, and Joe still dealing with the pregnancy, which I still don't love that storyline, and how much focus there is on it, and Barry having his bachelor party. And in the mix we find out that Cecile's daughter, who we've seen a couple of times in the show, is a stripper, and she's doing it for a book she's writing, but she's really not. And there's this whole thing about feminism, which I enjoyed the idea of it, and I totally get the idea of it, but I don't know if it was completely executed right. I think it just kind of felt like it was blurting out information about feminism than actually applying it well in this episode. I think they kind of did the feminism heavy-handedly here, and, you know, I love, you know, showing feminism in television shows, but I don't think they really handled it well here. I think Supergirl in a lot of ways handles that a lot better, and they tried here. They somewhat succeed, but again, some of the dialogue was heavy-handed the way they approached it. So I kind of wish it was just executed better, but there were some good ideas in this episode with that. And then going into Elongated Man, so Ralph, Plastic Man, we get to see him be part of the team for this episode, and as the show continues, it seems like he's going to be part of the team more, and I don't know how to feel about the mesh of his character. I liked him as a one-off character last episode. I thought he was fine. I won't say I loved him, but he just doesn't really mesh well yet for the team for me. It's just kind of like a Julian character. They always keep throwing these random characters in the team, and it's just not working. You know, just, I don't think we needed Plastic Man to be a main hero on the team. I'm just not feeling his character right now, kind of the skeezy police officer, especially because that's not completely Plastic Man's character, and I know it's called development, and we'll see him develop. It's just kind of weird, and still not feeling the Thinker. That whole tease in the end, I'm like, wow, totally underwhelmed, and it reminds me of aspects I don't like about this season, which is kind of the corniness, Batman 66 vibe we're getting with the show, and how it kind of gives us more funny than substance. Now, I do think this episode gave more substance than usual, but still, I feel like they focus so much on the comedy that it loses something along the way, where Season 1 Flash had a nice balance of comedy and fun, with seriousness, and I don't think they found that balance just yet in this season, especially after such a dark season of season 3. But let me know in the comments below, what did you think of this episode of The Flash? This is Comic Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, in the description below, there are links to my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.